So Journey to Health is all about looking after your own health and also the health of the planet. And you might have noticed in the news that there's been a big swing towards moving away from plastic in general, like plastic bags. So I'm going to teach you another way of how you can cut back on your plastic. And this is all about getting rid of cling wrap and also Ziploc bags, which if you have a look around the playground or wherever you sit at lunch time at school, you'll see that people use Ziploc bags and then they throw them away. So that's becoming a huge problem because they are once-off used plastic, and that's just putting a strain on the environment. So here's a solution to get rid of cling wrap and plastic bags. You need to get yourself some beeswax, and you can do that online or at a health store. Just Google it and you'll find some beeswax. Now what I did with this is it can be really cumbersome to try and grate it. It's quite hard. And so what I did was I softened it in the microwave for about a minute, and then I put it into my food processor and I grated it down. And you can see that that was pretty easy to do. So, just make sure you soften it a little bit. Otherwise you put strain on your food processor. So that's all grated. And then I went out and I bought some fabric. This fabric is organic cotton, a good idea because it doesn't contain pesticides and it's going to be in contact with your food. So you want to make sure that you're not putting any toxins in there. And I've put down a towel on my kitchen bench top. On top of that, some newspaper and then some baking paper on top of that. I put my piece of fabric down, which I've cut. It's about 30 by 30, and I worked that out. That is a perfect size to wrap up a sandwich. So I've made a couple of those over here. You can use pinking shears if you have pinking shears at home. I don't have any at home, so I just cut it straight, and it shouldn't be a problem. It won't fray because of the wax. So I've put that down, and I'm all ready to go. My iron is heated up, and now what you have to do is place another piece of baking paper on top of that, and you'll see how easy this is because you are going to be able to see exactly where the wax has melted and where it hasn't melted. You also want to make sure you don't get it on your iron because it's quite a messy business. Before you begin, I recommend that you cover your iron with some tin foil. This is going to protect it from getting wax all over it, and I've just used an elastic bag to secure it in place. So slowly but surely just move it around, and as the wax melts it penetrates the fabric, and you'll also see where a little bit more wax is required and where there's enough. So just keep moving that around. Once you've pushed it into all the corners and edges, remove the baking paper and you'll see that your wax is melted over there. Lift the corner and lift that up, and that is now going to dry. So you can place that on some a baking rack to dry, and then once you've done that, I'll show you how to use it. Another nifty tip is layering a couple on top of each other like this and doing them like that. Once your iron is covered, you don't need to be worrying about the wax getting onto your iron. So layer up a couple of layers, and then it'll also give you a thinner product, and you're not going to have a very thick waxy product. You can see this is the one that's got the wax in it, and that's the original fabric, so that's what it looks like. So after a minute it's dry and ready to use, and I just want to show you a couple of ways you can use it. So any application for cling wrap is going to be perfect for this. So I've got a piece of cheese over here and I want to put it in the fridge. So the nice thing about it is as you use it, your hands warm it up, and then it actually holds in place. So there you go. So that's the cheese. And then if you want to, we've got some leftovers in a bowl and you want to just cover the bowl, you just push it down over the bowl like that and use your hands to heat up the wax, and then it'll stay in position like that. Ready to be used again. If it gets food on it, as it will in this case, because I'm going to just take this little snack over here and I'm going to wrap these up. Just like that, ready to go. And then once it gets a few crumbs on it like this, all you have to do is wipe that down with a damp cloth, put it out to dry, and there it is, ready for you to use again. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please share the video and tell your friends, because I'd like to get as many people as possible implementing this so we could do something about the plastic situation on our planet. Thank you.